What is up, guys? I'm back here with another video talking about MEPS today, uh, and how my processing worked when it comes to that. I am going into the U.S. Air Force. I processed for the Marines and decided Marines isn't for me, and decided to go into the U.S. Air Force. The U.S. Air Force, I have two U.S. Air Force parents, both served. My dad served 7 years. My mom served 4. Um, and yeah. So with that being said, I'm going to tell you guys my story on MEPS, and then I'll let you guys know once I get through BMT. My story for BMT, and then this will go back to a gaming channel. Obviously, I'm going to keep posting gaming, but I wanted to show you or share with you guys what I've been going through for the past 3-4 months of processing, and then on top of that, uh, working 40. I have a Snapchat thing of or a Snapchat picture of my checkout sheet for hours. I end up having 58 hours in 1 week, so that was definitely fun. Definitely fun. Anyways, um, so I actually wrote down this time. I did a recording a couple minutes ago. I decided to change it. This time, Road to MEPS. Excuse me. Road to MEPS. So we get to the recruiting station. I go to the recruiting station, and then they have you pee in a cup. Uh, that was fine. You just pee in a cup, and then right after that, uh, you're as long as, I mean, obviously I don't do anything. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I don't do any of that. Never have, never will. It's just that's just my motto. I have a thing for that, but anyways. So with that being said, the road to MEPS. So we get into this dude's van, and then we go up to MEPS. It's a 2.5 hour drive, and it was awkward because I was asking him a bunch of questions about the Marines and all of that, and again, I didn't want to go into the Marines. Uh, no, nothing against the Marines. Nothing against the Marines. I personally just wanted to go into the Air Force. So, that my story is different than others. There's a reason for that, but I'm not going to share that. Anyways, with that being said, we get there, right? We get up to MEPS, and I'm going and trying to sign in, and I'm so nervous already. I'm already nervous and everything. I leave my jug of water there, not thinking about it. So I leave my jug of water in the car, and that was definitely funny. Uh, but then, so I leave my jug of water in the car, and I'm getting out, and I'm trying to sign in, right? And the guy already was like already in a bad mood, or trying to make me nervous even more. So I'm trying to write down on the piece of paper. He says left corner. I'm over here like still trying to write it down. He said left corner like 4 times. I finally get it, and write down my name on left corner. But yeah, that was something else. It was nervous, or I was nervous when that happened, but now it's just kind of like I feel goofy for being nervous about it. I mean, but by the way, so what I will say about MEPS is I would say MEPS is a really really advanced physical. That's what I would consider MEPS. A really advanced physical with a lot of questions. A lot of questions about your health and a really advanced physical. Um, so at MEPS, you're gonna get your blood drawn. We're gonna do a urinalysis test, which I actually have a story about that one. I ended up having to go back up to MEPS again to go pee in pee in a cup, uh, because I couldn't go the first time, and they didn't have, or I was one of the last ones done, so I ended up just having to go back or come back up there. I think it was on a Friday. I think it was Friday, something like that. One of those days, I ended up having to come back up there and pee in a cup. I actually couldn't go again, uh, or I couldn't go right away again, even though I drank like a jug of water before going. And, bro, I got anxiety when it comes to peeing. Anyways, or using the restroom, period. I think, again, the military would break that out of me. Obviously, it broke me during that. But anyways, so I end up having to do that, and uh, that was very interesting. By the way, if you guys had to go back up there, I know I'm all over the place, but if you guys had to go back up there and you guys can't go pee the second time, you make sure you have to go pee the second time if you have to go up there. Because if you don't pee the second time, you have to wait. They get 6 months to a year to go back up there again. Because they just automatically basically disqualify you for a year or half a year. I don't remember exactly how long it is, but I think it's like a year to half a year that they disqualify you for. So, next thing, podcast. So, when you get there and you're signing in and everything, you'll go through the scanners, just like kind of like Air Force security. You go through there and then you go and sign in, then you go and you go to your liaison. Uh, you go to your liaison, get your badge with your ID. You put your ID in there. Anyways, and your social security card in there. Then you go over and you get a purple pass to go to the hotel. And then if you need to do testing for your ASVAB, you either do the ASVAB, or if you did the PICAT, you have to verify your PICAT. I've had to verify my PICAT. The difference between the two is that the PICAT is not timed and the ASVAB is timed. And then you don't have a bunch of people watching you, or you don't have a person watching you during the PICAT versus the ASVAB. So, with that being said, then after you get done testing, you go wait in a lobby for the rest of the people to get done, which could be between like 2 and 4 hours, depending on when you get done. I got done really quick because it's only like 20 or 30 questions that you're verifying. So, anyways, going back to the hotel, right? So you take a van back to the hotel, and then, by the way, that was really fun because no one in the van buckled up their seats. So I was on the outside. I don't know why we didn't, but we didn't. And I was on the outside holding in this other dude. Like, he kept going like this, and we're going around curves and stuff. So that was fun. But hotel blockage. That was a funny story. My recruiter did not let the hotel know that I was going to be there. So I didn't have anybody saying, hey, you have, actually none of the recruiters for the Marines decided to set that up. So there's 3 people that didn't have, or 3 Marines in there, and I was one of them, that didn't have, or recruits. Not actually Marines. We didn't go through basic or anything like that. But, anyways, uh, we had 3 recruits there. I was one of them that didn't have, the recruiter didn't tell the hotel that we were staying there. So, that was fun. After that, though, uh, so I had to call my recruiter. She didn't answer the phone. So then I had to call another recruit's recruiter, and he gave me a thing for it. Then, like 15 minutes later, my recruiter ended up sending an email, which was, again, 15 minutes late. So, anyways, next thing, funny story before day 2 of MEPS. So we get down there, and everyone's hanging out and everything. Dude comes around the corner, right? Dude comes around the corner, right? And he's talking about a story to everyone. I just hear, like, last little bit of it. And he's like, hey, guys, at MEPS, they're going to tell you to spread your cheeks. I was like, what? Reggie? Like, no, I'm not doing that. And, find out that is actually true. So, that was the experience. Not gonna lie, that was the experience. But, yeah. Definitely experience. Not trying to scare anybody, but, like, yeah. The doctor has you, like, bend over in front of him and spread your cheeks. So, definitely something else. Yeah, it's just like a normal physical, except really advanced, and I already said it was really advanced. Um, so that was fun. That was definitely fun. Next up, Freedom Club fun. So, and then I'll get into the food as well. I'll get into that too. Yeah, I'll get into that. So, when you're there, I don't know if this is at all hotels for people, but for our hotel, they had a pool table, and then they had a chessboard. They had 3 or 4 flat screen TVs for gaming. They had Xbox One, and then they had the PS4. And then you have the movie. There's a movie that you can, or they'll have a movie playing, and then you can choose what movie you want to watch. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they had Gladiator on whenever I was downstairs with them. We had a lot of people there. Well, it's probably like 40 or 50 people. Most of them went back to their room and was just chilling. But later on, we had a curfew. I think it was 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock. It's one of those two. Had a curfew. So you're supposed to be downstairs at 7. Anyways, so had a little bit of a talk. And that was about it. Just telling us basically, hey, be up at 4:30 or be downstairs by 4:30 or 4 o'clock. 4:30 or 4 o'clock. This is one of those 2 times. I woke up at 3:45 and then was ready, and there was people already downstairs. But I woke up 15 minutes prior to 4, and then we had to be down there by 4:30. So if you guys want to be down there, I mean, we were down there 30 minutes early, about 30 minutes early, and still, like, something else. But, another interesting story. rewinding back, another interesting story was uh, the food situation, right? So we thought that they were bringing us our food. Sadly mistaken. Um, no, so we weren't getting our food brought to us at all, and we had to go downstairs to get it. We waited probably 15-20 minutes and then realized like the food's not coming. So we ended up going downstairs and getting our food. Me and my roommate. My roommate was going into the army, and I'm going into the Air Force now. So excited about that. Just throwing it out there. But yeah. Um, next thing. So breakfast. I was actually gonna do a video on MEPS, like me being at MEPS, but I didn't do it. It was really not. It wasn't like anything nerve wracking or anything, but it was just steady and you're constantly doing something. So, anyways, breakfast. So we're downstairs, and like I said, we got down there around 4:15, and everyone else was down. Or there's people that were showing up late, and then there was people that were down there exactly at 4:30. So, and down there, you're probably eating for like 45 minutes to an hour. Uh, they don't rush you on that. Um, and the breakfast I heard was good. There's a lot of people that, around me that were eating. Funny story. So this is gonna tie in to MEPS. Um, so that whole processing, right? So day two MEPS. That's what I wrote down. So day two MEPS, right? Um, we get on the bus and we're going. This is probably gonna be like a 30-minute video, guys. Just letting y'all know right now. We're already 17 minutes in. Anyways, day two MEPS, right? We're driving over the bus. We take the bus over back up to MEPS, and we stand in a line, right? Another funny story about standing in the line. We go through the dude comes out. He's yelling and everything. He already has like a bad attitude. Come to find out, he's actually a pretty decent guy. He just likes to yell, uh, and make sure everyone knows what they're doing. But MEPS day two. So we're waiting in line. We go through security, right? And we're not supposed to have anything, Come to find out that dude has firecrackers in his bag going through a federal building. So, we started joking on him nonstop. So he ends up getting rid of them, obviously. Then we go through and everyone's going through there, but yeah, that's a long process, by the way. So it starts at like 5:30 and you leave around 4:30. So it's like a 12-hour day of just straight medical stuff and going back and forth and back and forth. So uh, first thing, right? So I'm going through this process, going through the physical part, right? And I mess up, and first thing I say is, so I had stitches, and I had a car accident. Oh man, when I tell you, dude had me like say like what? Um, Go to your liaison. So I go to my liaison, and he's like, you got to make up a story. You got to make up a story. So I come up with a story, or we both come up with a story. The liaison. So here's my thing, right? You can't tell the liaison everything about your whatever's in your paperwork is what they have, unless you had insurance with, unless your parents were in the military and you were on that insurance and they can just access those medical records. Me, on the other hand, I went to a public, or a civilian. I went to a civilian facility for my medical, so they have to legitimately request those documents. They can't just pull it up on a computer. So that right there, they can't do that. So whatever you put in your documents is what they know. Unless you give them reason to go and request for those documents. So that's my big tip on there is whatever you put in your documents, that's what they know. I'm not saying you lie, but whatever you put in your documents is what they know. So if you don't put something in your documents, they don't know about it. And like I said, as long as you didn't say anything about something, they don't know. So I'm not trying to lead anybody on or anything like that. Like, obviously tell the truth. Because if they do find out, you're screwed. So that's my big tip on there. Like if they find out something about your medical history that you didn't tell them about, and it's big, obviously you're screwed. So anyways, with that being said, if you don't say anything at all, don't say anything at all. That's my big thing. And it has to stay that way for the rest of your life. Same thing. Anyways, but that's with medical history, early age stuff. Getting off that topic, so while you're going through MEPS and everything, like I said, going back to that, this might be a 45-minute video. This might be a 45-minute video. That's completely fine with me. Hopefully you guys enjoy the story anyways. Excuse me, my bad. So going through, man, I'm still burping. Lord, going through, right? Through MEPS and everything. Getting back on track. So he tells me to go over to the liaison, and then I come back with another story. So I'm over here talking about, oh, I got kicked in the head by a cleat, in football. So it's like, you got kicked in the head by a cleat in football, and then you have stitches, but da 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 da. Like, yes. And so either way, they didn't really believe me. Obviously they didn't believe me, but they still put me through the processing, and I ended up going through and doing all that. I ended up doing my whole physical, right? I ended up getting all my stuff done. Getting to the blood drawn part, that was interesting. I already told you about the spread the cheeks thing. That was during the actual physical. Getting the blood drawn, I didn't eat breakfast. I didn't eat breakfast, and I was dehydrated. So she had me eat some candy and drink water, and then I got my blood drawn. Luckily, I wasn't like the other people. She was scared I was going to pass out when I got my blood drawn, which I told her I had no history of that. Also, I don't like needles, so that was a big, double thing. But my big thing is, too, right, shots aren't as bad because, they typically do it, really quick. But getting your blood drawn, just, I don't know, I just always had a fear of needles. It's just my thing. Needles and heights, that's it. So, anyways, with that being said, doing so, she had me lay down on the table, and she took my blood on then. So that was fun. Um, and then you go through a interview process, basically with the doctor. And so I kept telling the doctor, like, look, he kept asking me about my tonsils, right? Getting my tonsils removed. And again, that was in my paperwork. So if you don't have that in your paperwork, they're not going to ask you. Um, I had tonsils in my paperwork, and I had my scar that's on the left side of my head in my paperwork. If you don't tell them, they don't know. Unless they see it. If they can see it, they'll ask. One thing I will say, if they shave your head and they can see it and they ask about it and it's you never say anything about it, they will say or ask you about it. I have another scar that I didn't talk about, but I'm not too worried about that. That was damn near 19 years ago. I'm 19, so yeah, I'm not gonna talk about it. And I'm fine, anyways. So, with that being said, um, very, very fun and everything like that. Everything else was pretty smooth sailing, but that doctor was something else when it came to the tonsils thing. So I ended up having my recruiter get the paperwork for my tonsils and getting the paperwork for my accident. I got cleared. I was fine on both. I got cleared. I'm ready to go back up to MEPS and swear in. So, with that being said, very fun, very fun. Going back up to MEPS. Hopefully, next month I'll be going back up to MEPS. So, that'll be interesting. My recruiter's doing a spiff, or they just pull the information from, or my information from MEPS, and basically I just go back up to MEPS and swear in with the Air Force. So fun, fun, and yeah. Questioning thing wise, if you have something in your paperwork that can hold you back, they're going to try and get it out of you. So stay calm. Like, stay calm. Don't know exactly what it is. Like, do your research. Make sure you know, everything about what you put on your paperwork, like a scar or something. Make sure you know, like, how you got it, why you got it. Be able to say that to them, because they're going to ask you about it. And if you don't know about it, they're going to definitely have you pull your information for it. So, like, I didn't know about my tonsils. I was like 8 years old whenever I got my tonsils removed, or 10. I think I was 10 years old whenever I got my tonsils removed. So that's 9 years ago that they were trying to ask me about why I got my tonsils removed. I don't know. So, I had to get that paperwork. So it slowed down my processing, but on the other hand, it was actually a good thing, because if I would have been ready to go, I would have had to swear in with the Marines. And if I swear in, then there's no going back. So obviously it worked out in my favor, and now I can process or finish processing with the Air Force and swear into the Air Force and be ready to go to BMT. Probably I'm going to be going into the DEPS program because I want to go into security forces. So that's where I'm at. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video and want more about my processing and maybe some stories about BMT once I get through BMT, stories about BMT, uh, and then stories outside of BMT, like after BMT, let me know. I'll even talk about tech school. Whenever I'm in tech school, I'll try and make some videos. It might not be very quality videos because I'll be doing them on my phone, but make some videos on uh, MEPS or not MEPS. Tech school. Make videos on tech school, and then once I graduate tech school, I'll do videos on that, and then we'll go back to gaming, and we'll go back to doing gaming videos for you guys. But yeah, and live streams and those kind of things. I just enjoy making videos and letting you guys know, basically documenting my life, but also like giving you guys fun content, and then informing you guys on what to expect. Like MEPS is very, very stressful. The only reason why I say it's very stressful, not that the people are stressful, but the doctors. The questions that the doctors ask you, like that whole doctor, everything was fine. Everything was fine till you get to that doctor's interview, and then they start questioning you about every little thing, and that's where it can get messed up. So, or things can get messed up, or uh, they turn things against you. So, let me know if you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you guys enjoyed it. Trying to hit 200 subscribers. So, if you guys want to know or see more content on processing, and then Air Force BMT, I'll give you guys videos on Air Force BMT, tech school. I have a lot of videos that are be coming out for the military, and then after the military, while I'm in, I will post videos of gaming, and I can even talk about what I, you know, how the military is going for me. And then I'll talk to you guys about different information things, and what like my job is like, security forces. Maybe I just talk about it, maybe not really show you guys on job, but just talk about it, sit down and talk about what I do. Anyways, make sure to hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, guys, love God, love yourself, guys. Peace.